morning. This is a design team video for Gina B. Aaron's Designs for the month of November. And the prompts were the stark, honest truth. Yeah, there were 3 separate words. I made them into a sentence. And I'm going to work in my Dilutions journal. I'm going to do a double page spread. I've decided to work in black and white and gray and maybe another color. I have gessoed this. Maybe hard to see, but there's a thin layer of gesso on that. Just because I like the way the paint moves around on it better. And I'm going to start with some collaged background sheets, and what I did was I took some of her acrylic pours and I put them in my printer on copy, and I asked it to copy in black and white. So I have black and white, and here's another one, and it's in black and white. I also have some photographs of myself. Oh man, that's ugly. And I think I might use them, I might not. I have this idea. And then I also have security envelopes. You know what those are. And I was kind of inspired by this, which is a photograph out of a, I don't know, What's Going On kind of magazine here in Montreal. This is a fairly famous singer in Quebec, and they're talking about how she's being more vulnerable in her music. I'm not sure that really gets to that, but I was kind of fascinated by the image of it, and it made me think about, you know, the things that come out of our mouths, and you know how they affect other people. So I'm just going to go ahead and, you know, have some fun here. See where this leads me. I had no idea how it's going to turn out. We'll just see. All right. So I'll see you back at the end. So I'm just tearing off pieces of those copied downloads, and I'm putting large pieces down on the page with matte medium. This is speeded up, as you can tell. It's I think it's 8 times, because you know, it was nearly an hour's video when I got it together, and I thought, oh, that's way too long. So yeah, and so I think it speaks to stark, the black and white, and so that's one of the reasons for choosing that. Also, I think sometimes the black and white, the simpler dynamic of black and white allows us to think more about design elements than when it gets busy with color. Yeah, and my heat tool, which I bought online, has the shortest cord known to man. Who knew you had to think about that when you were buying a heat gun? But it's only about 2 feet long, so I'm always having to lift things out of camera to get them dried. So we're yeah, I'm just playing with things. I see that some pieces aren't glued down, so I'm like tearing them back rather than just gluing them down again. I don't know why I got into that, but it worked out fine. I was actually quite happy with how that looked. And I think we're off to the next clip, I hope. Yeah, so I decided to put a piece of that security envelope down. They have wonderful patterns in them. If you're not saving them, you might think about saving a few. You can get overdone with that easily. And this is Gina's scribble stamp. So I like that stamp a lot. I use it a lot. And this stencil I laid down is one from the Crafter's Workshop. It's beech trees, and I've tried to use it a few times, but it's never worked for me. And I put it down here, and I stencil silver fluid mediums over it, and it's just awful. You can't see it. It just wasn't the right thing. And I get determined to figure out what was wrong, so I stop working on this page and go and figure out how to do it differently. And what I do is put white paint over a page of book text, and then stencil the stencil over with black paint, and that works well. And you'll see that come back. And you'll see me testing out a few things here. I think about that stencil. I think about putting things, different images, pieces of collage material down. And then I start painting. I give myself a new hairdo, as you can see there. I do not have long hair, as you might have noticed in the first collage. But there we are with long hair. And I just kind of paint around the image so that I feel like I'm happier with it. And here I am using that stencil of Gina's, which says move forward with intention. And I'm settling in my mind what I'm trying to express here, which is, you know, the struggle between getting what you have in your head and what you want to say I think is an ever-present one, at least for me. And I think it's easy enough for me to say things and then be horrified that I've hurt somebody's feelings. So I'm trying to remember that I need to be kind. And as you see, I managed to get those birch trees in there, but I think it's also evocative of the struggle, the mental struggle of figuring a path through the forest. That was kind of what I was thinking of anyway. And I'll just I'm kind of tidying up that stencil so that it shows more. And and I really hope you've enjoyed watching this. You can find the links to Gina's everything Gina sells, her stencils, her stamps, her downloads. She has tons of stuff in her Etsy store, and it's great stuff. I really encourage you to pop over there and see what you can find for yourself that might be fun. And there's a coupon code in the description box below, as well as links to her link tree. The design team that I'm a part of and is full of wonderful people, and there will be links to their videos for this month in the description box below too. So I encourage you to go and have a look at all their other videos too. So as always, like, comment, and subscribe if you're not a subscriber. I enjoy making these videos, and your encouragement by liking, comment, and subscribing is really appreciated. And as you can see, I I stamped this these words on tissue paper and managed to spell them wrong because you have to flip them over. So I was really glad I hadn't put them directly on the page. Anyway, spelling's hard enough frontwards, never mind backwards. Okay, bye.